I always find it interesting when sort of dealing with people, close relationships or the friendships, and certain actions towards us are toxic, and we put our boundaries in, and things continue to be pushed in our direction even though we've said no or put boundaries up. And you try to explain, or we try to explain, our point of view from a rational place of healing or from love, i.e. despite our differences, I wish you the best and respect and love, but leave me alone. Or this collaboration's no longer working because I wanted to say because you've taken the piss and not paid me, but those people get their karma. But if there's collaborations with work that's not aligned, it's always communication that clears things up, that puts two parties or more on a level playing field. Because when we come from a place of being healed and just a compassionate, loving space, i.e. love, it would never want to be our intention to pull the wool over anybody's eyes or to manipulate or to embody any of the narcissistic narc tendencies that the whole population has, the collective. As I said before, there are a few people who are very deep in trauma that I've come across, but the main point of this was when we're not being heard, when we're sort of explaining our situation, like, we say to a man, and I guess I put this in my lived experiences, and I interact with men as a woman in terms of love and relationships, but whether it was a woman or not, you can relate it to family. Like, if your sister or if your friend came to you and was explaining the scenario that you and I are both in, i.e. this woman, your sister, was dating a guy, and things, didn't go as planned, and sort of stuff finished, and this man continued to push your sister's boundaries, continued to use spiteful words towards your sister, continued to disrespect her, to invade her privacy, to make everything about them rather than hearing your sister's needs. What advice would you tell your sister? What would you say to your sister? Would you say, it sounds like a really balanced, healthy situation, or would you say, get the fuck out of there? What do you mean he's hacked your computer? What do you mean he's hacked your phone? What do you mean sending you abusive messages, vocalising things that are better off left unsaid, because in the heat of a moment, anger, whatever, we or I don't, and I trust that. I might swear or get angry, but I can't get personal. It's hurt me so much over my life that now I just can't, and this is not about just partners, it's just friends, family and all that. I can't deal with people being personal. I'm likely to just punch them in the face and walk off. Without rising initially, but if people keep pushing us, those who've worked on our emotions and spirituality and kind of come to a place of calm, you keep pushing the bear, you're gonna get a fucking nasty bite. Something interesting, maybe this is the time to bring it up, was spoken the other day online, and it really resonated with me because I've never been about the love and light brigade. All I intend to do is spread love and live in love. That's the vibration I want to embody, and it can't be 100% of the time because, well, I guess it can be because that's the intention, that's the heart, but we have our darker days and darker moments and allow frustration and anger to rise, and sometimes that is in our heads to direct it towards the other when we've obviously got to look at why it's coming up. But someone was saying, like, you can't love everybody. What did they say? You can't give your love to everybody, and you can't send it out all the time. You can't give yourself away like that. And I thought, okay, that's quite interesting, because obviously I've been going through this place where I'm, forgiving everybody because I would never carry anybody else's shit in my life. That is why it's boom, straight away, forgiveness. Then give it to karma, give it to the gods, give it to the universe, whatever. And then it's distance, healing, reflection. And moving through that, I was always, wishing these people healing, wishing from the heart, because I can't wish it from any other place. Because unless it's attacks against family or me in the physical or online and stuff, and acts of self-defense, I just minding my business, not really getting involved in, don't intend to ever get involved in anybody's business. I don't do advice. I'm not going around asking people their business, or you should do this, you should do that, whatever. Everybody's on this strange ascension, this really strange path. 2024 is going to be really big, and everybody's moving through it in our own ways, with our own different priorities, with our own. One of my priorities is peace at a core level. That is what I will fight for. Because again, there was that, I think it was not Keanu Reeves, he might have said it on an interview, is like, if you're a lover, well, you have to be a fighter, because otherwise, like, what kind of love are you living for if you don't want to fight for it? And obviously that needs to be a healthy, embodied love, at friendship level, or a deeper, soulmate, twin flame, whatever connection. However we resonate with these deep past life connections, if we do have them, which I think for a lot more people right now it's coming up. I'm connecting with a few people who are talking about past life things coming up right now, so there is something going on in the astral and the dream state. But anyway, the main point of this is wanting to wish healing and love and light to everybody's great, but does it? And I guess I'm just working through it. Someone dropped this in my consciousness when I watched it yesterday, day before, and I want to act and operate in love, but it just stayed with me, because I thought, can't give my love out all the time, because you just we get depleted, especially as sensitives, like, we get depleted. It's not to our benefit. Any form of connection to people on darker timelines or with bad intentions that are in our past, like, connecting with that energy will just pull us into a different energy. I guess not that these people have power over us, but lost friends, lost past loved ones, or whatever. But just anyway, it's food for thought. I guess I'm on a reflective state of time at the minute, as most of us are at the end of any year. And I just find it interesting that when we give this different perspectives of, if someone was treating someone like this in your family, or what would you do? And everything always seems to be a bit different when you're looking at it from, your sister's perspective or your brother's perspective. Or our brother's or our sister's perspective. Because it's like popcorn and kettle black, one set of rules for the person in the act of control or manipulation or whatever they are to try and get their way. But if anybody else was to act like that towards anyone in their family or anything, there would be a lot to pay for. So I think this is where the dissolution of the ego and looking at the self, and it can be brutal, as I've talked about before. But once we do that 360 view of self and look at all the things that we've adopted over a lifetime from false storylines or opinions, because we never ask for anybody else's opinion. People just like to go around giving opinions. And this is my channel, so this is whatever, video, I can do them. People stumble on here. It's not like I'm going like this to anybody and serving up my opinions. If you want to watch it, great. I know that some of my opinions are from quite deep lived experiences and all relative to my world. And for anyone who doesn't resonate, cool. You know, more opinions, more different ways of living welcomed. You know, that's what makes the world go round. Rainbow magic. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to put that out there because I just find petty, controlling behaviour very boring, and really want to for people to know who they're dealing with when they are dealing with me. And this is said with all the love in my heart, which is a very big old heart, and it's been taken quite a lot of abuse over the past couple of years. But there's no other way to be, so we just have to keep cracking it open and trust that when other people around us start to look at things not from being stuck up their own arsehole, pardon the Francais, that they will be able to actually see the imbalance in their actions towards people, loving souls. So yes, in between this 1 and 1/1 of the November portal, whatever it is, there's a nostalgia brewing, and there's also, I'm tired now, leave me the fuck alone kind of energy. So grateful to the ancestors, grateful to the veil being quite thin at the minute, because I can feel a few energies that are ready to rip some shit up should they get the go ahead, which is not really delivered from me, it's from spirit. But finding peace in the different entities and energies that are moving around us at the minute a lot. And this is, you know, whether people believe me or not, is I don't know why I'm out here in the morning filming a 12-minute long video at 12:12, watching myself. You know, that really wasn't my vision for life. But I went to the park the other day and I just felt thousands of spirits, thousands of energies. A very, very powerful time right now. And to trust that the ancestors are watching, and anything that we would be ashamed of, and I don't say carry around shame or guilt, but there's actions that people have done that are not from a loving place, and whether they've known love or not, it's not really my point here. Is that in the age of light, knowledge, 2023, personal healing, we can all grow. Otherwise, people are just going to get left behind. Where we're moving to is a place of people really prioritising peace, and people will fight for peace. Although that's ironic, it's just the way it's going to be. There has to be bloodshed before there is peace, and I don't wish anything on anyone, but we can all see the ways it's moving right now, and we'd be silly to think that this is a love and light merry-go-round. We can ground and root ourselves in that and make that the enigmatic force from that emanates, that radiates, that is received from others when connecting with our energy. But there's also a level of getting real and toughening up and training and eating good, having fun, being grateful, because we don't know when it can all be just ripped away like a rug from underneath us, or a cheap, corny Italian waiter table trick. No offence to anyone, but you know, quickly vanished, sparito, disappeared. So yeah, bit gobbledygook, but them's my feelings, and I've been told to share them, and I continue to wish love and healing to people who have the intention to change, and I just say goodbye to souls who are not going to exist in this life much more, because I think the frequency is just going to, it's just too real, it's just too bright, And for anyone that operates in the shadows, they just won't be able to do what they believe they're here to do, because there won't be shadows. I mean, there's always going to be darkness, but do you know what I mean? And I hear many people say, no, I don't know what she means. But there'd just be too much light for anyone. That's what's all coming up now. It's continued to come up. So, anyway, I felt like something more was coming. That's why I was holding on. But yeah, I can't be bothered now. I'm tired. Ciao.